cups would you say you drink on average? Like 1, 2, 2. All right, so in this speech, I will be discussing the general topic of coffee, more specifically the statistics of average consumption, the different types of coffee drinks, and also the health benefits of coffee. So coffee is one of the most popular drinks consumed daily. According to eatimports.com, statistics show that the average consumption in the US is 3.1 cups of coffee per day per individual. Now, I know that this might not sound like an outrageous amount, but if you look further into the statistics, over 50% of Americans over the age of 18 drink coffee every single day, which represents over 150 million daily coffee drinkers. Many people drink specialty drinks. By this, I mean lattes, mochas, breves, your general coffee drinks. There are many different types, which leads me to my next point. As you can see, there are many different coffee drinks that you can drink. Like I said before, there's lattes, mochas, breves, all different kinds of different drinks. And let me explain the different kinds of drinks that there is. So first off, lattes. Lattes are usually going to be made up of espresso and usually 2%. Sometimes you can make them with whole milk if you ask your barista to make it with whole milk. Mochas are usually going to be espresso shots and chocolate milk because it's a mocha. Breves are going to be much more creamier than the two previous drinks that I stated because the milk base of a breve is going to be half and half, which is generally used as a creamer for black coffee. Moving on to macchiatos. Macchiatos are kind of difficult because they're technically the same thing as a latte, but they're a bit more sweeter, which is why they're more expensive. The flavor amounts for a macchiato are doubled, and also the look of a macchiato is different. To get the look of a macchiato, you pour the espresso shots very carefully over the milk, so it gives it that look that the shots are sitting on top. Moving on to cappuccinos. Now, a lot of people tend to ask for a cappuccino from their barista thinking that they're getting a latte, but cappuccinos are way different. Cappuccinos are basically foam and shots unless you order a wet cappuccino. So there's two different types of cappuccinos, wet and dry. Dry is going to be espresso shots and all foam, and wet is going to be espresso shots, half milk, and then the rest is going to be foam. So as you can see, there are different ways to make your drinks or ask for different types of drinks. And you can also combine flavors as well. So I work as a barista at the Human Bean in Phoenix, and so for that, you can combine different flavors. I've done it before. I've had people come in and order like 8 different flavors in their drinks. It's crazy. I've also had to deal with people that want their drinks a certain temperature or want a certain amount of ice cubes in their drink, and sometimes they do count their ice cubes, which I don't know why, but it's just how they want it. Following this, you may ask or wonder if all the caffeine you're consuming is good for you or not. According to Harvard Health Publishing, in 2011, researchers reported findings that coffee drinking is associated with a lower risk of depression in women, lower risk of lethal prostate cancer in men, and leads to lower risk in strokes in both men and women. Another interesting fact that comes along with this comes from healthline.com, and it states that coffee tends to have benefits to being based on its high levels of antioxidants. So overall, it's clear to say that coffee is not necessarily good for your health, but there are research and studies that suggest that it may help with certain things. That's if you don't drink too much coffee, because obviously if you drink a lot, you're going to be jittery and like not think straight. So all in all, I leave you with this information on these different types of drinks, so maybe you can ask your barista to make you a different type of drink. Maybe you could try something different.